all you podcast listeners. You can find Slice of the Paranormal everywhere podcasts are found, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Hey, hi, hello there.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, hi, hello there.
You like that?
I
Right
did.
back at me.
Yeah, right back at you.
I'm Ryan. It's Christy. That's Steve.
Hi.
What were you going to say?
Hola, maybe?
Oh, hola. I like that.
To our Spanish-speaking
Yeah,
friends
why not?
out there.
I like
yeah.
it. I appreciate
We're all
that.
inclusive.
Exactly.
We love everyone.
Yeah. We're the podcast where we do this paranormal stuff. We check it out. We go there, eat local pizza, come back here, talk about it, review the pizza.
Yep. Get a little bit while we're there, and then
I
the
only
rest
tell
of
you a
it,
tiny bit.
a slice of it, you could say.
Slice.
You could say. And then we
could
come
say
back
that.
here and talk more about it. And we like to also thank Cup of Code right now.
Yeah.
We do.
Thank you to our sponsor.
They're great. I love everything they do for us.
Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about today?
Where are we?
Okay, so we actually visited these sites the day we went to visit our friends, Bob and
Gina.
Gina.
Yeah.
for
Their
Vortex
house was
Ghost Gift.
amazing.
Yeah.
We were getting our stuff, and they live really close to the Dennison house in 40 Fort.
Okay.
So I knew that was haunted. So I was
40
like,
Fort
oh.
is the name of a city.
Yeah, I wanted to check out the Dennison house, and I was like, well, how can I do an episode on it? It's not really a long story. So it's like, well, it's connected to the Wyoming Massacre.
But that's in Pennsylvania.
That's in Pennsylvania, and that's all in this Luzurne County kind of region for the most part.
I was going to say, I don't remember going to Wyoming.
Right. I know.
Well, and
We would remember that.
and do you guys know much about the Wyoming Massacre at
No.
all? Like, it's not like
I do now, but that's just because I've done my own research
Okay.
since coming from the site. But at the time, I didn't know anything.
Okay, it ties into the time period of the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Is what happens. It's also known as the Battle of Wyoming.
So where is 40 Fort?
Well, Luzurne County, Pennsylvania,
So that's
So up
near like
by-
Scranton and
near
Wilkes-Barre.
Scranton. So when we were going
Okay.
to Scranton to do our office episode, this is one of the sites we were seeing
Gotcha.
on the way up there.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it was also known as the Battle of Wyoming, and this happens on July 3rd of 1778. So this is already while the British are our enemies. We're fighting them.
Still fighting.
The Native Americans that
They're picking sides.
they're picking sides, and the Iroquois had picked the side of the British because, like, they had worked with the British to sell land throughout a lot of the treaties.
Okay.
So when the Patriots decided to, separate, they kind of tried to stay connected with the people they were working with.
People that pay them money.
You know, I just had a thought. I just learned a whole lot about the history of the Templars.
Yeah.
Not just the Knights, but the Templar order. And like, it wasn't just Knights, it was people all over, women, men, all over. And the Templars had been coming to the New World, the Americas, for centuries.
Yeah.
And actually had really good relations with the Native American people. And that kind of makes me think that's why maybe the Native tribes would have chosen to stay with the British, to be loyal to the British, and not the people like coming here, because they had relations with these Knights Templar that went back centuries, and that
maybe.
they had worked together. And been very friendly. Like even Christopher Columbus, like when he sailed to the Americas, he put the equal armed cross on his sails and stuff. But that was because that's what the Knights Templar would use, and he knew that he had the Templars had friendly relations with the native people, and so unfortunately he was not friendly to the natives, and
Right.
we don't really need to get into all that, but he was not a good guy. But it just makes me think, like, okay, maybe that's why the natives were choosing to be with the British, because they had that relationship with the Templars. that went back centuries.
That could be.
Well, I mean,
Like they hid the arcs
in
over
our,
here.
in our
Oh yeah, Curse of Oak Island, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that
that's
whole
exactly.
thing.
The
That
Curse
was
of
one of their
Oak Island.
vaults. That was one of the Templar vaults, and they took everything out in the 1700s.
Yeah.
So people watching the TV show wondering what it is. I'm
gone.
sorry, it's just an empty Templar vault.
Just digging in the dirt.
There's two that exist in America now. One is in D.C. and one is in Wyoming, strangely enough. But the one in D.C. is in like plain sight. It's in the Parks department, but even the Parks department doesn't know about it.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like that hidden. And then the one in Wyoming, they actually have Native American people that are watching over the site and will let the Templars know.
I'll have to look into it. I haven't done much Templar research beyond.
You can be a Templar. Like you can petition
wanna
right
be a
now to be a
Templar.
Templar. You go and you
good,
buy a
man.
book for $40 called the Codex, right? And you start to learn the stuff. And then you can actually go and get initiated into the Templars in the Great Pyramids of Giza.
Nice.
I'm looking into
personally-
it.
Just putting on
I
a bucket
personally
list.
don't want to be a member of any organization that would accept me as a member. You know, they need higher standards, really.
Fair enough.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, it's funny you talked about the Templar symbol of the cross because I know Ponce de Leon, when he's looking for the Fountain of Youth supposedly in Florida, the reason they were able to find where the Fountain of Youth was because he had put a cross on a stone and marked the site.
Was it like the equal
It was the equal
armed cross? Yeah.
which is similar to the Templars. But I'd have to look into it more. I'm not a huge Templar historian, but on our maps, I do have a lot of like ancient artifacts that have been supposedly connected to the Templars.
I would
marked,
love
so
to-
we could check them out.
Nice. That's
at
cool.
one point do an episode on it because I've learned so much about it, like and the arcs, like the arcs of the covenants, and like that they could potentially have been power supplies, like Tesla was talking about, like having free energy,
Oh, yeah.
and that these like mana was actually like gold that has gone through an alchemy process to make it like disappears into another dimension and then comes back and makes whatever vessel it's in lighter than gravity.
What was it manna? Manna was the food that they were eating in the
Right.
desert. So if it's
Right.
gold, are they eating gold?
Yes,
I don't think it's very nutritious.
No, literally. I went into a deep dive on this,
All
and
right.
it is.
Well,
it
let's
can
do it
like
some other time
yeah,
then.
we'll do it. We'll definitely need to do an
All
episode
right.
on it.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it. So
We're off the rails already.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
back to the Wyoming Massacre, which has nothing to do with the Templars. So this engagement called the Wyoming Massacre was led. There were roughly 300 Patriot casualties, and many of these people were killed by the Iroquois. The British had 110 men on their side and 464 natives of the Iroquois tribe.
That's a lot.
So they were heavily outmanned,
Yeah.
the Patriots were.
Yeah, wasn't it 4 out of the 6 nations
Yeah, it was.
went with the British? Like we only had 2 of the tribes that wanted to help our side.
Now, John Butler was the commander of his 110 Rangers and the Iroquois, and the Americans were approached and fled to Fort Wyoming in Wilkes-Barre and Fort Pittston and in 40 Fort.
Yeah, 40 Fort.
So where we were was 40 Fort. That's where when they kind of fell back to their forts
Yeah.
when they saw this group of men and all these Native Americans.
Yeah.
They're like, we in trouble.
Was there 40 of the forts? Just guessing.
No, 40 Fort's just what it was called.
Yeah, right.
Was it like
No.
the 40th fort built?
No.
There's just one
That's
fort?
weird. I always thought that was weird about that name.
No, it's
40
just
Fort.
called 40 Fort. I don't know the history of why it's called 40 Fort, you two.
Party fart.
Yeah, I know. It's so close.
But the Dennison house that I showed you, that was where Nathan Dennison came back with his troops
Okay.
to 40 Fort.
He was like a commander in the.
Yeah, he was one of the colonels
Okay.
in charge of the men. Now, the others, they decided to leave the fort on July 3rd to approach the opposing force, the British and the Native Americans. And they head to a fort called Fort Wintermoot, which is where they were. And the battle, this brutal battle, lasted all of 30 minutes. These guys...
It's too cold.
It's too cold.
The Patriots...
You guys good? We're good.
Yeah.
I guess they did like 3 volleys, and they were like, all right, let's get out. So they
I mean, that's should be how it is instead of just like, let's just,
We don't have a lot of bullets to spare.
Yeah, so they start running away, and the Americans, out of a total of like 375 men, the Native Americans got 227 scalps.
Damn.
And over 300 of these patriots were killed.
Yowza.
It was
Massacre.
a massacre.
because the British were paying for the scalps, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah.
I think they got so much per scalp, so they made a lot of money on this. These guys were just like beat the hell down.
Right.
And
Obviously.
so Nathan Dennison would say that 302 people on his side were killed. I forget what the numbers are on the British side, but it was under 10.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
Wow.
it was like not a fair fight.
super
Did our
lopsided.
guns not work? Or
Well,
what?
Were they sleeping?
They were actually a skilled fighting force. Nathan Dennison's men were farmers with guns.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they were untrained.
They weren't
and then-
as trained. They were militiamen.
So then they had the
Regulars.
natives with them that were able to just shoot off arrows from their horsebacks, like skilled professionals, right? Like, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, like,
most likely it was the native force that really
I'm
swept
sure
them
it
out.
was the 474 natives that
Really did the
was
most
winning,
damage.
part
Yeah.
of the fight.
Yeah.
So 44 then gets surrounded. Nathan Dennison then essentially just, gives up at that
Right.
point. So the Wyoming Valley area where this happened, after the British had beaten the regulars and the Patriots, they looted and burned the entire area.
Right.
Like tons of buildings are set on fire.
Yeah.
And this leads to the local population of Wyoming, like just running south along the Susquehanna River to Fort Augusta. They went to
down
another
south.
fort,
Wow.
to try to get for safety.
Yeah.
So this happens July 3rd when all these
Augusta
members are
means
killed.
8, right? August 8?
I
So maybe
No,
it's
that's
8 Fort.
Isn't that
Oh, no, you're right.
October?
I don't know. I'm back here. Sorry.
What the heck are you guys
I
talking
was,
No,
I was
he's
trying to
talking
get
about-
another fort number.
I got you. No, you were talking about like Augustus,
Yeah.
like Caesar Augustus and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
That's right. He doesn't have a number. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So imagine this: Wyoming is littered with over 300 dead people. How long do you
On
think
fire.
it took for them to be gathered up?
They never did.
No, they weren't gathered up till October. So they were left where they fell in July
Oh no.
and weren't gathered till October. So when they got back, they didn't find all of the bodies. I mean, because like animal scavenging,
yeah.
the bodies can't hardly be identified because they're mostly skeletons. So
I mean, that had to reek that whole time too.
because of that, like
For miles, probably.
yeah.
they're essentially gathered up and buried en masse.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can't distinguish who they are. So this Nathan Dennison guy, the house that we saw, the house is
got a
actually
picture.
built after this. It's built in 1790, and it's one of the oldest homes in the Wyoming Valley.
Okay.
And this is the guy, he lived through this. He's not one of the ones that died. But there is a legend that of this house that states a woman named Ann Dennison fell down the stairs
No, I remember.
to her death.
Wow, we
So
talk a lot about people falling down their
you
stairs.
women have such a problem with stairs.
You women.
You know what though? That does remind me. Where did we go to that one time? It was like a historical thing, and I was like, I'm not going down those stairs. I have a weird feeling about it.
Oh,
Do you remember?
Yeah, was that Boob's Brewery?
No, I think, you know where I think it was? It was when we went to see Matt Anthony Wayne. I think it was in that one.
Erie?
And it had the really big staircase. And I was like, I don't know why, but I'm feeling a little nervous about this staircase right now.
I don't know, but like we've been to the conference house, another site where the woman couldn't descend the stairs.
Yeah.
Now a lot of these women that don't descend the stairs properly usually have an evil man behind them that pushed them.
And wants to get rid of a problem.
Rid of a problem,
right?
And usually that problem may or may not be pregnant,
right?
Or
Pregnancy.
a spy or something.
Yeah.
Cup of Code! Today's episode is brought to you by Cup O Code. Need a website or marketing solution that works as hard as you do? At Cup of Code, they don't just build websites, they create digital solutions that grow your business. From expert web design to targeted marketing, including Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and billboards, they've got you covered. Dream, design, develop. Visit cupofcode.com and take your business to the next level.
I don't have any background on why Anne fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's led to believe that it is completely an accident.
I bet, I wonder what the percentage is of people that die every year just from falling down the steps. I bet it's pretty
I'm
high.
sure there's a lot. I've had
bet
friends,
it is.
parents die from that way.
Yeah.
Locally.
I watched a whole documentary series once about someone who died in the basement and there was blood everywhere. They couldn't figure out who did it, whatever. And at the end of it, they're like, it might be just that she fell down the stairs, hit her head, and bled to death down here.
I think Brian's looking it up.
Yeah, it might just be that.
I mean, worldwide, it's like 12,000 people a year, but in the United States, it's about 2,500 to 12,000 deaths a year.
I thought it might have been a little higher.
Okay, but what
This is the
percentage?
US, my bad. It wasn't
What
worldwide.
percentage are women?
I'm
Is
not
it
doing
mostly
it.
women?
He's like, nope, not going there.
Not doing this? All right. Well, this Ann Dennison?
He did it.
All right. Is it mostly women?
It's 50-50.
62% is women.
You women?
Because you men are pushing us.
Maybe. That's neither here nor there.
Well, and they tend to have a higher death rate from unintentional falls.
Oh, because our bones aren't as strong and dense as males.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, not my wife.
Makes
she drinks
sense.
milk all the time.
She's a milk drinker.
I bet she would be fine.
Well, don't
You
test
know.
it.
I'm not going to test it. If anyone pushes someone down the stairs, I'm the one being buried in the yard.
Yep.
Just throwing it out there. Don't believe the cover story. Essentially, her ghost is actually seen at the top of the stairs. And I guess when people tour the site, staff and visitors have heard footsteps on the second floor.
At the Dennison house.
At the Dennison house. And it's assumed to be Ann Dennison and her untimely fall. So connected to this Wyoming Massacre and the Dennison house, when we're going to go to the site I wanted to see,
Right.
we passed an obelisk along the road. And I pointed it out to you guys. And this is the Wyoming Monument. The Wyoming Monument was built in 1833, and that marks the spot where all the bones of the men that were killed were buried in mass.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So,
Nice.
if
I didn't realize that's what it was for.
I know, it's so
Aw,
sweet. I love it when
What
you
a nice thing.
when you take all all the bones of dead people and
Yeah.
put them together.
Together.
It's
Group
just
burials.
it's like our version of the catacombs, but you can't walk through.
Walk around.
It's a nice little site to hang out if you want to be near all those dead people.
Yeah.
But it makes me think if such a huge tragedy happened in that area, that monument has to be a focus of activity
energy.
because
And even just the shape of it, like we were talking about earlier, the energy and that.
So masculine.
It is just great big penis in the sky.
Dallas right there in Wyoming.
Right. But but on a serious note, the corners and the diamond shape and everything, it does kind of create the energy to go
And
to a
people
specific
think that
point.
pyramids have power
Right.
and that you can sharpen a razor onto them or keep a apple from rotting.
Yes.
You know, so I don't know if I subscribe to that. I probably do not.
I've heard that if you stand on the top of the pyramid with a bottle with a damp rag in it, sparks will come out of it.
I hear if you
Because
sit,
it's static electricity building up
if you
through
sit
it.
on the top of the pyramid, I've heard that you'll have a sore ass.
Yep.
You know, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Heard that too.
Good one.
But
Wyoming, is that... So I'm guessing we got it from the Native Americans, the name Wyoming. Because there's also Wyomissing up there, right?
there's Wyomissing. There's also Wyalusing.
Yeah, Wyalusing.
So is that
I think a lot of our names from Pennsylvania do come from native words.
have
I'm pretty
to.
sure.
Well, yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not
like,
pretty sure,
I
but-
mean, come on, like,
that area
assuming,
especially
yeah.
has multiple ones.
I mean, we just outside of town here, we have Tuckahoe,
Yeah.
which is named after Native Americans. Shamokin is
everything here.
named
Everything.
after
Susquehanna River.
Yeah.
Susquehanna. I mean, all of it has, a lot of it has Native American names. And that's just because, like, right here,
He just
a lot
wanted
of
to
the
say
settlers.
Tuckahoe.
I did want to just say Tuckahoe. Because it's just
Change
like,
one letter.
it's just,
One letter, Steve.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're not going to get me. But this monument, like I said, it's kind of like a focus. It could be like a focus.
Right.
If you think that
Of all the energy.
Of all the energy. And oddly enough, the monument was struck by lightning on August 2nd, 2008, causing it to need to be repaired. And it took, like, I think 2 years till they repaired it fully.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, if I was buried with all the people that I was killed with, you know, I'd not be pretty happy about that.
Lightning striking that too. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
It's
also
not super tall.
it's an obelisk. It
Yeah,
might be
and
so
there's
tall.
Might
a
be
few
30
trees
foot.
around it, but not like tons. So it is kind of by itself in an area.
Yeah, there's a natural reason why it could have happened.
Right.
But it doesn't make it less creepy
No.
that it got struck by lightning.
It's a little.
Now, if it happens twice, I want to know about it.
Ah, true. Yeah, I've only ever been struck by lightning once.
Right.
So
so
never
far.
got that second time.
So far.
So far,
Yeah.
yes, I'm still alive. Now, the real reason I wanted you guys to go up there is there's a Native American woman who I found very intriguing, and that is Queen Esther.
Yeah.
And she is of the Montour family, who, like, if anyone studies Native American culture, the Montour family is very well known.
Like Montour Preserve? Is that like that's named after that
yeah,
family?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of Montours. There's Andrew Montour, which is her kid. There's, Esther is a Montour. There's Francis Montour. There's a lot of Montours that, if you look up the Montour Native American, there's a ton of history.
And what
related
tribe
to it.
is she from?
I'm not exactly certain. I think they're Iroquois.
Probably. Most of them from this story were Iroquois.
Now, Queen Esther, I don't know her birthday. They say she was born like 1730.
It's a very
And then
English name.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Queen
Well,
Esther.
some people thought that the Montours were like a mixed breed, like they were part French.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
so who knows? And she had an actual village, which she established west of Tioga Point, which is called Queen Esther's Town, or Queen Esther's Flats, is where she lived.
Okay.
Now, it's said that the Battle of Wyoming happens on July 3rd, and I think it's on July 1st, her son Andrew Montour is murdered and killed.
Oh, jeez.
So one of the things that happened at the Battle of Wyoming was a Native American woman took a maul and smashed people's heads on a rock.
M-A-U-L.
M-A-U-L.
Right?
It's essentially a rock that is connected to a handle with sinew. And
A heavy ass hammer.
heavy-ass hammer,
Nice.
a BFH.
Big freaking hammer.
Big. Oh.
Yeah, BFH.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So
Thanks, Mike.
it's said that she traveled there and killed 30 men this way on the rock that I showed you, which is the Bloody Rock.
She have people helping her, like bringing them in,
Well, these were people that
like
were
prisoners.
captured.
Okay.
Prisoners
and
that
she's
were
just
captured.
like, I will.
And she's
Smite
smashing
you.
their brains
gosh.
out.
Wow.
And
You gotta be
this-
As
angry.
retribution, huh? Like she's just trying to say,
so-
I'm sad.
I'm sad my son was killed. I'm taking it out on you guys.
I don't care how mad I am at someone. I don't think I could smash their face in. I honestly don't. Like, as much as I might, quote unquote, hate someone, I
Yeah.
literally don't think I could inflict that kind of harm on someone else.
Well,
Could you guys? I mean,
I don't know.
Well, I don't
Depends on the situation.
I hate to bring up the guy, but imagine the guy. Could you smash his face in?
No.
I don't
mean,
think I could, even though.
If I was avenging a murder, though, I think that takes it to a different level.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, smashing someone's head with a big FH is a little different than, like, electric chair or
yeah, fair enough.
shooting squad.
I don't know. I think
Like, that's
yeah.
violent.
It is violent.
Yeah, I'm not a violent person, but no promises.
And it said some of the quotes from the area says she was the most infuriated demon in that carnival of blood.
Oh, so
what-
maybe she was possessed.
I like the poetic on that.
Yeah, and that she'd bashed all these guys' heads out. Now, here's where I have a problem. I'm not saying that these guys didn't get their heads bashed in on this rock. I'm pretty sure they probably did. It was a brutal affair. You got to scalp people. It's probably easier to get a scalp when you've already bashed the head in.
I would think.
So, but if
Wanna take
she
it clean
lived
first.
yeah.
at Queen Esther's town and she was seen there on July 1st, how long would it take her to get to Wyoming? And some historians have looked it up.
Yeah.
It would have taken her 36 hours. Like, she physically didn't have the time to make it to the Wyoming Massacre to be bashing these heads in.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
not all historians agree that Queen Esther was the person holding them all, bashing in the head.
They're just giving her credit because the story kind
She
of
gets the
matches
credit because the story matches up.
Do you
Interesting.
think it would have had to have been another woman, though? Because I feel like that's kind of a key.
I think it would have been a woman.
Yeah.
That there and come on, I mean, when you look back in our history, there's a lot of women that would have a reason to want to bash in someone's head.
Right. But
in that
most of
time
them
period.
don't.
Most of them don't.
Yeah.
But
Again, that is
there
just
are the
so-
special few
Yeah.
that like to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a lot of propaganda that Queen Esther is singled out as this woman that did it.
propaganda for who or against who?
For the Americans against the British.
For the
and
Americans against the British and the Native
natives
Americans.
that are with the British.
Saying how
So the
brutal
people that-
they are.
Yeah.
And how barbaric.
After
Right.
this battle that's happening, it's the Patriots and the Americans that are very anti the Massacre of Wyoming. They're calling it the Massacre of Wyoming. The British are calling it the Battle of Wyoming.
Right.
They each have their own opinion of what
Yep.
it is. Their perspective.
Sure.
Because to the British, they thought, well, yes, we killed a lot of these men, but all the civilians that weren't carrying arms, they left them run away to places like Fort Augusta.
Okay.
But wasn't in one of the fort, I think it was 44 actually, was defended only by like older guys and young boys. Like, because their actually militia were out fighting somewhere else.
Oh, possibly.
And so then that's why they think of it as a massacre, because they were literally like defended by the weakest of the population.
Of this militia.
Yeah,
yeah.
like all their fighters were out actually fighting. They only had old men and young boys with pitchforks and, like you said, maybe a couple guns or muskets.
Yeah.
But it was no match.
They
for-
weren't a polished fighting force.
Yeah, like you said, 10
By any means.
10 of
So, I mean,
theirs
it is
to
a massacre.
Yeah, it is a massacre when you think of it.
Even if you let the civilians that don't have guns go, you just killed a bunch of older men
And little kids.
and young guys. Yeah, like
and then there was just women and children in there.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, I tried to find out, like, whatever happened to this Queen Esther girl. After everyone is blaming her for this,
Right.
after the Battle of Wyoming. I've gotten two stories of what happens to her.
Okay.
One says she moves to Cuyahoga Lake in New York and dies in the year 1800,
What?
is what happens to her. But that's not what I think happened to her.
Okay.
This is
we
the
go.
second version is what I think happened. Thomas Hartley, who was part of the Patriots in the Battle of Wyoming.
Okay.
He gathers 200 men, and they go to Queen Esther's town to capture her.
Yeah.
And on the way there, the men of Queen Esther's town meet them and get their butts whooped by the Patriots.
Okay.
And the
On
word
the way.
gets back to Queen Esther that these men are continuing towards them, that the natives weren't able to hold them off. So Queen Esther gathers all the infirm, the women, the children, and the elderly, and they start fleeing away. And Thomas Hartley and his men catches up to Queen Esther and her group of women and children and the infirm at a pond. And they make them stand by the pond where they summarily tie up Queen Esther to a tree and execute all the women and children.
Like in front of her?
Like in front of her so she can see them being executed.
Ooh. Looking for something strange, unique, and totally unforgettable? Step into the Cryptid Collective in the Susquehanna Valley Mall in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania.
From mysterious cryptid art and collectibles to quirky gifts, apparel, and local curiosities, this is the spot for legend lovers and curious minds alike. So whether you're hunting Bigfoot vibes, spooky style, or the perfect one-of-a-kind gift, you'll find it here.
The Cryptid Collective, where myths meet merch. Find them today at the Susquehanna Valley Mall in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. So
Whoa.
all these...
Like a payback?
This is
Terrible.
the payback for the Wyoming Massacre. So these women and children are supposedly thrown into the water.
And
Now,
what lake is this? I'm sorry.
we don't know that exact lake. We
yeah,
know
'cause
that
we should go there.
in the town of
Yeah.
Athens, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
they could hear the screams
Oh, this is terrible.
from this happening. I know. I always tell you guys such lovely stories. You know. but-
we think that the like head bashing in is the bad part. Like no.
No,
This
that's
is
just like
much worse.
That's the preamble to the really
appetizer.
dark stuff. The appetizer.
Aperitif.
So Queen Esther is lynched to a tree
After seeing all these people.
after seeing everyone she tried to protect. She's
Horrible.
dismembered,
Oh my gosh.
and the pieces of her are tossed into
Into
the
the-
pond. With
Gosh, we have to go to this pond.
I know. We got to check out ponds.
Esther's pond. Yeah, I bet.
We got to look up ponds near Athens, PA, is what we got to do.
No kidding.
So, like I said, the people of the town of Athens at the time could hear the screams of all this going on.
Yeah.
Now, there's
And this is real. This really happened.
Well, these are the two versions.
Two versions.
Okay.
One is that she moved to Lake Cuyahoga
okay,
and died of
thank
old
you.
age. One is
Okay.
that this is her
But
demise.
this is
Because
the other.
we don't have a definitive massacre site for her.
Yeah.
We can't say for certain which of the fates are true.
Right.
But
And there's no newspaper articles or anything.
well,
like
there
just
is an
report.
article. I sent him an article about Queen Esther and The Rock.
Okay.
But Queen Esther is being essentially propaganda is working against her. To the Patriots, she's the evilest of the evil. You know, so they're saying nasty things about her, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just to, be used as propaganda
Sounds
at the
like
time.
it.
Now, there is something called Queen Esther's curse. Now, the area where Queen Esther was murdered became cursed. The screams are said to echo through the forest, and a young girl's ghost is seen hanging from a tree. Now, I don't know if that would be Queen Esther, because if Queen Esther's born in 1730, around this time, she'd be 48.
Young
Maybe
girl
she was
doesn't
youthful.
quite make sense. Yeah, you never know.
Maybe she was useful.
Or
Yeah.
shorter in stature.
Or it was one of the women and children they were torturing before,
Possibly.
she died.
Now, the lore is that when hunters are in that area, because this is northern PA, I mean, there's
A lot of hunters.
a lot of hunters. It's a lot of wooded area. When the hunters that see her or hear the screams, they report that their rifles will no longer fire after they experience that. So there's an after
cool.
effect, like that. There's a curse by Queen Esther.
You got
Yeah.
cursed.
Now, the Queen Esther's Rock, that's erected in like 1895. And even though I said I don't think she was at the Battle of Wyoming, she was definitely pinpointed as the butcher of Wyoming. So no matter what, from that day forward, her name is mud. No one's looking up the Queen Esther. So if she is, in fact, murdered for the crimes of another Native American, I could see that being a good reason why she might be cursed in that area.
Oh, yeah.
So.
What's it?
Yeah, in the beginning of the story, I was like anti-Esther because, again, like I just don't know how you can just bash people's brains in. But now I'm thinking, it wasn't even her.
Might not have been her.
I put
It
her into
wasn't even
likable
her.
territory.
Look at that.
Oh, and I'm going to make it even worse.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you mad at the Patriots even more.
Okay.
George Washington, because of the Battle of Wyoming, he had his men burn all the Native American villages.
Of course.
Going up to the New York. So while we look at George Washington as this great guy, to a Native American in the late 1700s, his name meant town destroyer.
Oh.
Because
really?
he had all these towns burned.
Yeah.
Queen Esther's town is wiped off the map. They burn it into oblivion.
That's
That
why you
doesn't
call it Queen
surprise
Esther's
me.
Town, because it's not really there.
It's not there. I mean, you can go to Queen Esther's Flats. They have archaeological digs there to look for Native American artifacts and to kind of know more about Native American tribes and Queen Esther. But there's no winners in the story.
Right.
Like,
I don't know about you guys, but like images of George Washington always kind of freaked me out. Like everybody always thought he was like, our hero and everything, and I guess he is or whatever, but I always thought he looked a little creepy. I can't really put my
Probably the
finger
wooden
on
teeth.
it, but just the wooden teeth, probably part of it. But like
I've heard
all of the
that's-
images of him, he's
that's not
kind
true,
of creepy
though.
looking.
Not true.
I think they would
Use dead
they would
people's
buy
teeth.
teeth from
Corpses.
poor people or get them from corpses.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Waterloo. When Waterloo happened, there were so many young men killed in the Battle of Waterloo that dentures started to be called. Some dentures were called Waterloos because you got the corpses of these 18-year-old men.
Gross.
From the Battle of Waterloo, that if you had a good set of dentures, people would assume they were Waterloos.
Oh my goodness.
And that's fancy.
It would have been the top of the line. You got young,
Are those Waterloos? you're
fresh teeth before they were all
smiling at me
damaged.
with?
Don't they have Washington's wood teeth, and it's only like one or two teeth at that Museum of Oddities?
They do have. There's
Philly?
several of his sets that exist,
Yeah.
but they're actually either made with real teeth or ivory or animal teeth.
Okay, yeah, I
So
remember
they're not
something
They're
about
not really wooden.
right.
Wood teeth wouldn't really work too well.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
But
and just very very hard wood, and then you think you need some like vinyl or shellac on there.
That couldn't work.
That wouldn't
It
work.
expands. Oh, yeah, got all
Yeah.
kinds of issues.
now, also, when talking about like the Battle of Wyoming or the Massacre of Wyoming, whichever side you're on, it's said that there is ghost lore near Queen Esther's Rock and that area of Wyoming, and it's people hear moans and shrieks and see apparitions in the woods and along the Susquehanna River.
Right.
So any
we
of
heard
that
before.
activity that's
Yeah.
being reported is just assumed to be the Wyoming Massacre because that's the
Associated
biggest
with it.
tragedy that happened
Sure.
in the area.
Makes sense.
Now, obviously, we didn't get to see any of this stuff.
No.
We were at the Rock. We saw the Rock.
Yeah.
And
I remember looking at the grate and everything, and
yeah, it's got a metal grate around it.
little
And
fence type
People
thing.
like this is. I got a picture of it up. It's like I thought it was a grave.
It looks like a grave,
Yeah.
but no, it is the bloody rock where the men had their brains smashed out.
Ah.
And the reason the metal grate is there is because so many people wanted souvenirs.
Chipping
They
a
would
piece.
chip off pieces of it. Come on, don't look all
The blood
You
rock.
know,
yeah.
You know, I'd be wanting a piece of the blood rock
Mm-hmm.
if I was like if I saw it in an antique store and it said Queen Esther's bloody rock.
$5
I'd be
a
like,
sliver.
I'm buying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many people chipped off pieces of it. They built that metal cage to protect it from further
nice metal cage.
desecration. Yeah, I mean,
As far as metal cages go, it's nice.
it's not like
I've
the
seen
cat.
some metal cages. This one's top notch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot thicker metal than is at the Catawissa hooded graves.
True that.
You know,
That's what I was thinking. Is this another hooded grave?
it is not like the hooded graves you can move. This, it's not meant to move.
No.
You can't get lifted up. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to look at Queen Esther as the butcher. If you want to look at I don't even look at the Iroquois as the butchers in this case. They, you know, what do they say? All's fair in love and war. You know,
Yeah, and history is written by the people that won the battles too, so we don't know anything.
True that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So I'm not going to cast aspersions against Queen Esther's because everything that's written about her before this incident says that she's a great person.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine the death of her son would lead her to go completely the opposite way.
Right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not a normal human thing to be able to do. Bash people's brains in just repeatedly if that's not something you were brought up doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
And I think if you talk to soldiers, people that have actually served in wars, my
Yeah.
grandfather served in Korea, like he struggled with that after the fact because I think, you know, while he was in war,
Right.
he did what he needed to do.
Sure.
And I think after the war, when they have time to think about the
yeah, you
actions they took,
process it.
that I
Yep.
think a part of him had to realize that those men were fighting for their country, the same thing he was doing.
Right.
And there was much more in common between what he was doing and what they were doing. You know, it's their governments might have had a beef.
Right.
Yep.
But it was two normal men fighting for almost the exact same reasons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like, yes, my grandfather made it home, and some of the guys that he killed did not.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that weighs heavily on those people.
I think it does for most people.
So,
yeah.
That's
You know, it's easy to say, you know, the British were horrible, but, you know, things
We're on this side of it. Yeah.
We're on this side of it. Of course, we think that they're horrible. If
That's what the history books tell us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We don't know the half of it.
But, you know, it doesn't stop there. This leading to the so-called Queen Esther's Curse, the Dennison House, which is highly connected to the Wyoming Massacre, and is also has its own ghostly lore, and Wyoming has its ghostly lore as well.
Nice.
And I didn't even bring up the fact that I wanted to say this, that this Nathan Dennison guy, I really don't want to like him anyway. And it's like, when I say the battle between the states, what do you think of?
Like in the revolution,
Or
like
you
when they
think
were when they were drafting the.
Well, like the Civil War. Is
Yeah,
what a lot of
yeah,
people think
yeah,
of. Or the war between the states.
Yeah.
Do you think North and South?
Right.
But Nathan Dennison, do you know why he's in Pennsylvania?
No.
He's actually from Connecticut. Connecticut
right.
had a claim
A
in
whole-
Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania, one of our first wars with another state was with Connecticut.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, like, Pennsylvania, I think it was called, like, something like the Pennamite War or something like that. And, like, Pennsylvania and Connecticut were literally at war for a while.
yeah, because they sent down a bunch of people to settle here in
Exactly.
Pennsylvania
Because
in one of those forts.
Because the
Yes.
land was
Interesting.
given to Connecticut and William Penn. So, like, that had to be settled out. I mean, like, if you search up the borders of Pennsylvania, we had a lot of border issues with our neighbors, and we kind of fought with them, especially those people from Connecticut.
Yeah.
No offense to all our friends from Connecticut. I don't hold any.
They're not even a border state for us. That's what's
No.
funny.
There are a couple states.
Yeah, that's
They
what's
have
funny.
to go through freaking
New York.
to get to
Yeah.
us to make their claim, which is
Get out
why
of here, Connecticut.
which is why we have the Wyoming Valley
That's right.
Right.
and all its curses.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
So we kick their butts.
We do love Pennsylvania. That's true.
We do.
I do. Like, I want to insult Connecticut, but I really don't know what they do up there.
I tell you,
They have high taxes and good roads, right?
and horrible drivers.
Yeah, horrible drivers.
drivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell when I'm in Connecticut.
Yeah, horrible drivers, but the roads are good.
People are great.
Yeah,
Bad drivers.
Yeah.
high taxes.
For me, I don't like Tennessee drivers, but
We were in Connecticut, New Haven.
we were. But I wasn't driving, so it didn't
fair
offend
enough.
me.
Fair enough.
You know, so
Are we to the pizza part?
we are to the pizza part.
We need like a noise, like a pizza
Oh,
cutter.
yeah.
Shing, or something there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wyoming Massacre episode. Victory Pig Pizza, Pittston, PA. I remember passing this
Oh,
place.
wow.
And it wasn't open. So we actually had to
Correct.
find a different one for another episode. And then later in the day,
We went back here.
we found it was
This was
open.
one of the very earliest times that we had just started going out as a group together, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
I think so.
Scranton? No, we went for the office trip.
Oh, I thought it was before that.
No, this was the
Oh,
office trip.
okay, okay.
It's in Pittston, PA. Pittston.
Yeah.
I saw Slayer play there once.
Did you really?
Yeah. Old Ford style. Row.
Yeah.
All that pizza was Old Ford style.
You can't get it's probably harder to find non-old Forge style pizza in that
So
area.
crazy. Stevie gave it a 2.5 out of 5. We
Ooh.
gave it a half.
Sorry.
Hey, it's not a 1. I didn't like the flavor of the cheese or the sauce. That's 2 out of 3.
So I like the crust.
I enjoyed the crust and it had a nice flavor and crisp to it. So the crust was the redeeming factor for you.
Oh, there we go.
I found the restaurant uninviting overall.
Oh,
I remember she was not. They were not nice.
Is this the one?
This is the one where like you called in the order, and then I went in there and I forgot you called in the order, and I made an order,
I remember.
and then
yeah.
then they hated
all,
me,
all mad.
that's right.
and it was all my fault. But like, whatever happened to the customer is always right.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
You know what I mean?
She's
the
probably
one
having a
giving you
rough
money.
day. That does not play into our scores typically, though. So just
no,
heads
you're
up.
right.
Christy, 2.0
Oh,
out of 5.
oh.
Now that's a herder. Flavor was definitely different and a little off-putting. This is Old Ford style.
Off.
Usually
And
like
I
Old Ford
usually
style.
like Old Ford style.
It was overall soggy, and the pepperoni crumbles. Okay, pepperoni crumbles did not stay on the slice. Looked like they had been added after cooking the pizza. So they
Yes.
probably- and I don't mind that
Oh,
typically.
say what is pepperoni?
But it was like cut up pepperonis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like little quarters or eighths of pepperoni.
Which again, I'm a fan of. I don't.
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. I'm not against
Waitress
that
was
either.
interesting to say the least, is what your comment was.
Oh, this-
Argumentative for no reason. Oh. Oh well.
Oh,
this
wow.
happens. This happens.
Argumentative for no reason.
This happens. All right, Ryan apparently did like this pizza, so this makes no sense
What?
at all. 3.75 out of
What?
5. Great taste to their sauce. Good crispy crust. Cheese was gooey and cheesy and great.
This
Okay,
makes no sense.
Well, it just goes to show, like, pizza is one of those things that, like, you can't make everyone happy with the same pizza place, usually.
Right.
Yeah, but our scores are like, and his is like, this is great pizza. Like,
Okay, but we have
Apparently
to
I
look
liked
into we have to look into the fact that Ryan can eat a ton of pizza all day
He can.
and go for more.
you're right.
Yes.
And this,
Also, maybe this
True.
was before I was also eating a little bit of plain, so maybe he had plain and you and I ate the pepperoni, and that was the difference.
Oh,
oh, that
could
could have
be.
been it.
Never know.
But again, it seemed like they threw the pepperoni on last minute. Like, oh, that's right.
And it kept falling off.
Yeah.
Overall, a positive score. Overall, it's over half.
Okay, so what are our votes?
I don't know.
Like
Haunt?
haunt or ghost?
I think I'm ghosting this place.
I'm ghosting.
See, and
You're arguing for no reason with
and
your
I kinda
customer.
like that.
You
I
like
don't-
it when
would,
they argue?
Ryan.
with-
I kind
You
of get into that
would.
stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I want to win her over. I want to go in
Figures.
and make her my best friend so I get free pizza.
Isn't there a place down the
She's not going to give you free pizza.
Isn't there?
She's going to abuse you and make you pay extra.
I think there's a
Get some free
restaurant
pizza.
where, like, if you go there, they insult you
No.
on purpose.
Oh, there's a couple places
Yeah.
like that.
Like,
Krabby
That's-
Dicks or something. I
that's
forget.
where Ryan would want to go. You
I forget
know?
what it's
Krabby
called.
Dicks?
Dirty Dicks or Krabby Mikes or something.
Ryan, where are you going?
These are like beach
stop
restaurants.
talking.
You never heard of them?
No.
You never seen the kids in high school wear the shirts from these restaurants?
Yeah.
If you go to the beach, you go to like, I don't know, wherever. You'll see them.
They're restaurants. They're real. There's one in Florida too. That's their whole job. It's called something Dicks. And it's
Yeah,
supposed to
no,
make
I've
fun
heard
you.
of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's family went to a place and like I guess if you asked for ketchup, like they would just put like 10 bottles on your table, you know, and be like, here.
Oh,
There you go.
And just
all the
keeping-
ketchup you can have.
One of those places.
Everyone else loses their ketchup because you asked for
See,
ketchup.
I'm not into that restaurant.
that's-
I'm not into that. But I like a grumpy waitress now and then. Just saying. Victory Pig Pizza. You know where we sit.
Yeah.
Pittston, PA. Anyway, that's it. That's all we got today.
That is all we got today.
Pittston, pizza, ghosts,
Yep. Hey, everybody.
massacre.
Yeah.
Yep, we really appreciate all the interaction you guys are doing. We really like all those comments you guys are giving us on the reels. Really means a lot. We really, I think I can speak for all of us. We really want to bring everyone good content. So the more interaction we get, you guys, that really helps with everything. So like, subscribe, and join us next time. You create a slice of the
Fair?
normal.